Today we're gonna try to make this keto red velvet cake in less than 10 minutes. Plot twist, it did not take 10 minutes. So I was scrolling on social media as one does at 1 o'clock in the morning, and I came across this video by the Caketunist, and she makes a red velvet cake in her waffle maker, and I said, that's genius. And so I'm always looking for different ways to use our waffle maker. We have the Dash 4-unit waffle maker, and we use it typically to make chaffles, which are like crispy, cheesy bread replacements that we've made on our channel for many years now. But why not find a different use for it? And she does use a red velvet cake recipe that is hers, but I figured let's try to find a really good red velvet cake to try in this instance so that we can prove that it actually works with keto supplies. And we don't know if it's gonna work, but that's what we do here on our channel. And we like to call ourselves Keto Twins Test Kitchen. And we like to try and test recipes for all of you and different hacks. And Sarah and I, my twin sister behind the camera, have been on keto since 2019, and we have tried over 400 recipes on our channel. Please subscribe to keep this going. We're actually gonna be using Wholesome Yum's recipe today for a keto red velvet cake. Funny story, I did not know that red velvet cake was made red with just like food coloring until like an hour ago. I thought it was something else that made red velvet red. Did you know that?
No.
It's basically a chocolate cake.
Yeah, I know
that's dyed red.
Yeah.
But why? So we are going to be leaving a link to this recipe in the description below. We are going to be making some tweaks based on, you know, sweeteners and things like that, but go to the original recipe. And Wholesome Yum does note in her recipe that a lot of these ingredients do need to be kept at room temperature. So while those get up to room temperature, we are going to talk about the sponsor of this video, our favorite product ever, Element. Way back in 2020, Sarah's husband Alex purchased Element for the first time, and we fell in love because it tastes amazing and it helps us on our keto lifestyle, and we have been drinking it every single day. Element is a delicious electrolyte drink mix with everything that you need and nothing that you don't. That means lots of salt and no sugar. Element contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. And if you're new to keto, you might not know this, but when you go into ketosis, you shed a lot of water, and inside that water are your electrolytes. This can leave you feeling tired, having muscle cramps, or nausea, also known as the keto flu. Element replenishes your electrolytes so that you feel better. Sarah and I love all of the flavors of Element, but these are the OG. Citrus salt and grapefruit salt. Right now, Element is offering our Keto Twins community a free sample pack so you can try 8 of their flavors. In order to get this deal, you must go to drinklmnt.com/ketotwins. And while you're there, check out Element Sparkling, a bold 16-ounce can of sparkling electrolyte water. So for this recipe, a lot of the ingredients are very common. You're gonna be needing things like cocoa powder, almond flour, butter, vanilla, but there are a couple that are interesting. One is white vinegar and the other is baking soda, not baking powder. We actually thought that they meant baking powder, so we caught that. The first step is going to be to beat your butter with your sweetener. They use an allulose blend for their recipe, but we're trying to use things that we have on hand. We have Swerve, so we're gonna beat those together until they're fluffy. Next up, we're going to incorporate each egg one at a time and beat that in. I fear I may have missed something at this juncture. So I was worried about where the almond flour came into play in this recipe, and I haven't gotten there yet. I haven't screwed up yet. So next up, we're going to be stirring in the vanilla, sour cream, and almond milk. Oh, and vinegar, which is weird, but I'm doing it. Okay, we're gonna fold this in. It looks like it's breaking. That's good. I don't know what's going on here. So you stir it and then you beat it. All right, it's looking okay. I realize now that this is assuming that you have a stand mixer. We don't. So you're supposed to beat it at a good rate and then lower it. And then you're gonna start mixing in your almond flour a half cup at a time. So I'm gonna speed it up. If you're too cheap to buy a stand mixer, get yourself a twin. So all of our ingredients have combined. I'm gonna plug in our waffle maker now to warm it up. They use beet powder in this recipe to color it red, but we are going to be using this all natural food coloring, which is also made from beets, right?
I don't know.
The only thing is I don't know how much it's gonna take. I'm gonna go with 1 teaspoon first. I'm not happy with the color. Are you?
It's more purple than red.
Here's our cake batter. It's not looking red. It's looking more mauve. We're going to be putting this in our waffle maker now. We are going to spray it with a little bit of avocado oil, and we're going to start testing out how long it's going to take to cook these perfectly, if they do at all.
Right in the middle.
Beep.
Yeah, it's a good size. What do you think?
I think so.
Maybe too much. Oh well.
We're gonna give it 3 minutes and see what we come up with. Ah! Ew! This is not working. Help.
I think it's working. We just put way too much.
Here, I'm gonna.
Okay, cool. I think we waited.
I want to cry. We're gonna reset. We have a ton of batter left that doesn't look red at all.
That's the least of my worries at this point. We're gonna use less batter, and we're gonna cook it for 1 minute without spraying it and see what happens.
She only cooks it for 1 minute after it's preheated, and then she like pulls the plug. Help! Round 2, we're just gonna try 1. This is the 1/8 cup measurement that we usually use for our chaffles. Doesn't look like enough. Let's close it. Let's see. Goodbye. I hate this idea that I came up with.
Yeah, I came up with this idea.
We wait until it sounds like it stopped bubbling. Is that what they said? Uh-huh. I hate my life, seriously. Okay, so the video said don't open it until after 5 minutes, so.
Slowly.
I want to cry. We failed. It didn't work. It didn't work, and that is not the fault of Wholesome Yum. It is our fault, because I thought that this would work the same, and it hasn't. And now, here we are. Let's try to cook this in the oven and see what happens. These are silicone molds. Sarah and I have used them in the past to make like the cottage cheese ravioli hack. And so, I think I'm gonna try to fill these, and then we're gonna bake them. And since they're so small, I think that we're only gonna bake them for like 10 or 11 minutes, which might be around the same time frame as the other hack. The frosting is relatively simple. All you're gonna do is beat together butter, cream cheese, and your favorite keto friendly sweetener, and a little bit of vanilla. We're gonna beat that all together. We're gonna carefully pop these little cakes out of their molds. We're gonna slather them, each layer, with the cream cheese frosting. We're gonna go downstairs and try this 3-hour cake.
Look alive.
We got a cake out of it. Did we not? There's a cake. Did it take us 10 minutes? No.
4 hours later.
Okay, so we thought that we could get this start to finish done in 10 minutes because of the waffle hack. Because you're only cooking it for a minute and then you have to let it sit in there for 5 minutes. It did not work. So we switched over and we cooked these in a small silicone mold. We'll leave them linked. We've used them before on this channel. And we cooked it for 20 minutes at 350 and it turned into a cake. So I thought it was gonna work. And you know, we like to try things that we think are gonna work. There are recipes out there for sweet chaffles that are cake-like. I think we made one in the past. It was like an Oreo chaffle and it worked out really well in the waffle maker. So if you guys are gonna attempt this, make sure that you don't use like a cake recipe. Use a chaffle recipe that's a sweet one. Cake cutting ceremony. Let's see, hopefully there's some nice layers in there. Oh, it's about to fall, okay. Is that red to you? No. It's just a chocolate cake at this point. A brown velvet cake.
Hey, we have something. That's better than nothing. Good?
Yeah. I'm happy with it.
Look at all the layers.
It's really good. It's super moist. It's delicious. User error was 100% our fault. This is a really, really good recipe. And look, you can make it look cute.
Yeah, cake's out of it.
It's not red, but it tastes like a red velvet cake.
The frosting is not too sweet.
It's really good. I don't know how many carbs this is because it made a lot and we messed up so much that I don't even know how much batter we used. So I bet you could freeze the layers and then frost them up when you want them. I'm really happy with this recipe. Not happy about what we did to it. That's like kind of what we do on our channel. It's just, I have an idea. I think it's gonna work. It doesn't work. We have to pivot. So say this cake that we made is too much for you and you want to check out mug cakes instead. Sarah and I have tried some really good ones here on our channel, including a carrot cake. And if you want to watch it, you can click right here and we will see you over there. Anyway, I'm Emily.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Keto Twins signing out. What? What? It's a cake, isn't it?